We get to sit down with another legend today.
Gold status.
I just want to read some accolades real quick before I introduce this person. Two-time NCAA champ at SC. Won the first 4 WNBA championships.
How many?
4 straight.
Okay, make sure.
Was the finals MVP of all 4 chips.
How many?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. 8-time overseas scoring champ. I mean, and that's just some of the accolades. Welcome to the show, the one and only, Miss Cynthia Cooper.
All right.
Cynthia Cooper didn't just hand Caitlin Clark her flowers. She basically rolled out a red carpet, blasted confetti cannons, and gave her a standing ovation on national television. It was elegant, sincere, and about as rare as a WNBA highlight that doesn't involve a snub. Now contrast that with Sheryl Swoopes, who showed up with a bouquet of passive aggression and shade so dense it could eclipse the sun. This wasn't your usual sports commentary. It was more like a high school reunion gone wrong, except the cafeteria is a press conference, and the beef is decades old. Cooper's tribute was pure class, while Swoopes turned in her application for Pettiest Teammate of the Century.
One word to describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing.
Yes.
A beast. She is the truth.
Enter Cynthia Cooper, the Hall of Famer, the pioneer, the certified walking bucket who dragged the early WNBA to relevance like she was on a solo mission with no help and all heart. She showed up to the Caitlin Clark conversation and didn't just participate, she elevated it. Cooper gave praise that was insightful and deliberate, not just some "she's decent" fluff. She sounded like a true legend acknowledging the rise of another. Meanwhile, Swoopes seems to have swallowed a foghorn and can't stop blaring negativity every time Caitlin's name trends. If jealousy were a stat, Sheryl would be the league leader. If you agree with Cynthia Cooper, comment "Coop and CC" down below. Let's go.
It's amazing how different somebody like Cynthia Cooper is to Sheryl Swoopes. They played together, but the difference in the hateration, the pettiness, the jealousy that comes from one former player versus the other former player is stark.
Let's break this drama down, shall we? Cynthia Cooper watched Caitlin do Caitlin things, pull up threes from the logo, drop dimes that make you question physics, and she recognized it for what it is: brilliance. She called it like a real one. "This girl's got it," said Cooper. Because yes, she absolutely does. Clark's got vision like Sue Bird, range like Steph, and the poise of a seasoned vet who's seen everything and still smiles through it. Cooper saw that and went, "This is what the WNBA needs." Meanwhile, Swoopes is somewhere scribbling conspiracy theories on a whiteboard, like she's auditioning for a role in a bad Netflix docuseries. Caitlin and the case of the inflated stats.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Let's not forget Swoopes' laughable attempt to rewrite the record books. She claimed Clark wasn't the true NCAA scoring leader because of, wait for it, an extra year she never used. We're talking about a fictional 5th year, folks. Meanwhile, Angel Reese could post a stat line that reads like a blooper reel: 2 for 11 shooting, 6 turnovers, and a foul for every limb. And Swoopes would still act like she just discovered the next Diana Taurasi. It's less analysis and more fangirl fantasy, but only when the subject isn't Caitlin. If Clark scores 40, it's witchcraft. If Reese stumbles into a double-double, it's greatness redefined.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots a game.
And Sheryl's takes aren't just bad, they're loud. Obnoxiously loud. While the rest of us are watching Clark do wizardry on the court, Swoopes is out here giving keynote speeches at the anti-Caitlin convention, acting like recognizing excellence is some sort of betrayal to her generation. It's like she thinks Caitlyn's rise is a personal attack rather than, good for the sport.
Three WNBA MVPs in your career. Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
I can't. Bro, Sheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career before she even admits that Caitlyn is dominant.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese, Cheryl's golden girl, just got demoted from her usual spot on the court. Why? Because the Chicago Sky would like to score points this season, thank you very much. In college, Reese thrived on putbacks and rebounds. But now that she's in a league where you actually have to make layups and rotate on defense, things are looking, well, let's just say the Sky's stat sheets aren't exactly going viral. And speaking of virality, let's talk cold, hard numbers. Caitlin Clark isn't just selling out arenas, she's outdrawing NBA teams in some cities. Reese, on the other hand, could offer courtside seats with a free Drake cameo and still have empty rows. Remember when she said she brought the eyeballs too? Funny, nobody seems to be looking anymore.
And I mean, she's the truth, and she was a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Knock down the 3-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty. So sometimes she look like she's coming off for a 3-point shot and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass. She can shoot. Man, she is the complete basketball player.
And while Clark is out here casually rewriting record books and conducting interviews like a media-trained pro, she still gets treated like she's gate-crashing the league. It's wild. People act like her success is some kind of glitch in the Matrix. Meanwhile, the old guard is clinging to their fading influence like they're hoarding Gatorade sponsorships. When did celebrating a rising star become such a controversial act?
So we all know these WNBA veterans, for the most part, has not been very welcoming besides your Sue Birds, your Cheryl Millers, and a few others. But when it comes to Sheryl Swoopes and them, oh, there's some serial haters, bruh. Now, Lisa Leslie, she been all right, but she criticized the time too. But with all that being said, Cynthia Cooper made it her business to big up Caitlin Clark.
So here comes Cynthia Cooper, finally injecting some sanity into the discourse. She basically said, "Can we stop acting like acknowledging Caitlyn's greatness is a crime?" And just like that, she reminded everyone what a real legend looks like. Legends don't feel threatened, they feel inspired. They pass the torch without burning down the next generation. And while Cooper is out here setting a new standard for class, Swoopes is still stuck in her feelings, sulking like someone just stole her last championship ring.
You know what I want to see? So many people talked about Sabrina and Steph, with that 3-point shooting contest. You know what I want to see in the WNBA All-Star game? I want to see Sabrina Ionescu shoot against Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see that 3-point shooting contest.
Yeah, facts.
That's dope. Hopefully it'll be there. It's in Indiana this year, right?
It's the same moment seen through 2 very different lenses. Cooper sees Caitlyn and thinks, wow, brilliance. Swoopes squints, mutters something about cubic zirconia, and refuses to clap. Girl, please. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing well, she's transforming the league. She's racking up deals, filling seats, and getting kids to wear Fever jerseys like it's the new school uniform. If that's not changing the game, what is? And still, every time her name comes up, it's like we're stuck in a courtroom trial. Objection, Your Honor. She's too good.
And I heard you gave me my flowers. Oh, I got a little emotional. So I'm also gonna return this to you. One, because you deserve it.
Thank you.
As a Black woman, to watch you walk in your truth, regardless of what everybody says, how they feel. Perfect name for this podcast. I love how you just keep proving.
And let's not forget Caitlyn's response to all the noise, silence. She doesn't clap back, she doesn't rant, she just shows up, drops 30, and bounces. That's what really rattles the haters. She's doing it with poise while the rest are busy crafting Instagram captions and praying for brand relevance. Meanwhile, Angel's entire offense had to be retooled so she wouldn't trip over her own hype. Caitlyn? She lifted everybody. She's the rising tide, and every player, every team, every ticket seller should be sending her a thank you card. The only people still fighting the current are the ones terrified of becoming irrelevant. And the longer they resist, the more obvious it becomes. Caitlyn isn't just the future. She's already the standard, and everyone else better catch up.
I'm sitting there like, oh my God. But she's so crafty. This is what people don't know about Caitlyn. She's not just a 3-point shooter. She's a great passer, not a mediocre passer, not so-so. She is a great passer, but also she's crafty. I saw her get the ball, lay it up on the back door cut, like they waiting for her to pop out to the three-point line. Boom, she slips back door, gets that bucket. Like, she is crafty, and she's just a rookie. She's just a rookie. That level of greatness, that level of play on a consistent basis as a rookie puts you up in the upper echelon of any league, definitely the W.
Here's a little PSA for Sheryl Swoopes. If Cynthia Cooper, arguably the baddest baller of her era, can give Caitlin Clark her props without feeling threatened, maybe you can manage a polite nod without breaking into hives. Or hey, don't. Just don't act surprised when nobody's lining up to co-sign your opinions that come seasoned like a bag of fast food fries. And as for Caitlin, keep doing what you're doing. Breaking records, keeping it cool, and letting your performance do the screaming. Meanwhile, someone tossed Sheryl a stat sheet and a tall glass of humble juice, extra cold. Because if numbers had mouths, they'd be slow clapping for Caitlin and giving Sheryl a confused look like, "Sis, are you even looking at us? Or just vibing to your own fiction?" The data isn't subtle. Caitlin's dragging the entire league into relevance by herself, while Sheryl keeps acting like she's squatting in someone else's house instead of owning the block.
Cynthia Cooper. Oh boy, I think she may have made Sheryl Swoopes a little bit salty. I can see that.
She averaged 31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 9 assists, right? Did anyone expect her to do that in WNBA?
Those three? No.
Right? So she didn't do that.
No.
Now, if we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy. Is that
5.6
Those are
turnovers
hell of a
too.
number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
rookie.
But to me, that's not.
And let's talk about Angel Reese for a second. Or more accurately, let's talk about Sheryl's love affair with Angel Reese. Every time Reese laces up her sneakers, Swoopes throws a parade like she just cured world hunger. You could turn Sheryl's Reese praises into a drinking game. One shot if she praises effort after a disastrous shooting night. 2 shots if the refs get blamed. Chug the bottle if fouling out becomes a learning moment in leadership. It's Olympic-level mental gymnastics. Meanwhile, Angel's stats are declining faster her Instagram followers. Rebounds, down, minutes, getting chopped like a cooking show contestant. Her role is shifting so much it feels like the Sky are playing, whose position is it anyway? Even Chicago fans are side-eyeing the scoreboard wondering if they got catfished. She's starting to look like that overpriced luxury bag that turns out to be too small, too stiff, and totally impractical. But sure, let's keep pretending Caitlin's the problem because she has the audacity to drop 30 and not dance afterward.
I can see the salt. I can see the sweat beads coming out of Sheryl Swoopes' forehead right now, while her former teammate, who won 4 WNBA championships with her. 4. And she's getting on here and she's telling the world Caitlin Clark is the truth.
What really grinds Sheryl's gears? Caitlin's brilliance isn't loud. No TikTok taunts. No post-game shade. No meme-worthy celebrations. Just quiet domination. Her game is the spectacle. It's ruthless, clinical, and televised in HD every other night. Imagine being so allergic to greatness that you feel the need to rewrite your own story every time someone else writes theirs in bold. Cynthia Cooper's recent praise wasn't just generous, it was an instant fact-check for months of nonsense. Because she did what Sheryl could have done, uplift the sport by supporting the brightest star in it. But nope, Sheryl's out here still shouting from the roof of a broken hype train while the wheels are literally falling off. The dedication to this anti-Caitlin campaign is almost impressive in its stubbornness. Pride? Ego? An allergic reaction to Iowa? Whatever the reason, the energy could be better spent analyzing actual games instead of throwing tantrums on loop.
I would have put Caitlin Clark on Team USA, absolutely. Any USA basketball experience for someone as young as Caitlin Clark is going to benefit America for years and years and years and years. So yeah, I would have put her absolutely on Team USA.
And here's the reality. You can't call yourself a steward of the game's future and then undermine the one person carrying that future on her back. Let's not kid ourselves. Clark's the spark. The TV deals, her. The sold-out arenas, her. The merch flying off the shelves, her again. We're not watching a league evolve. We're watching Caitlin Clark elevated in real time. And while Reese has her moments, let's not pretend a side-eye and a well-timed Instagram post are fueling the sport's hottest streak in decades. Spoiler alert, they're not.
I wish, Caitlin Clark had that experience this year because she's our future.
Now let's address how Caitlin's handled this circus. While Sheryl and her squad are lobbing snide remarks and rolling eyes like it's a high school cafeteria, Caitlin's been all business. No clapbacks, no viral threads, no tell-all podcasts. Just game after game of excellence, mixed with the kind of media polish that makes actual politicians look messy. She's got every reason to fire back, and yet she just keeps it classy, letting her jump shot do the talking while her critics spiral, like they just realized their spotlight has an expiration date. Here's a pro tip. Refusing to acknowledge greatness doesn't make you look noble. It makes you look bitter. That's why Cooper's words hit so hard. They sliced through the static like a buzzer-beater dagger. She didn't just give Caitlin props. She exposed the performative bitterness of those too insecure to do the same.
The Indiana Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh. To the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana. That doesn't make any sense.
Caitlin's out here dissecting defenses with the precision of a surgeon and casually pulling up from distances that should require a license. Yet somehow, Sheryl still wants us to believe Angel Reese's blooper reel and brand deals are worth more than Clark rewriting the WNBA record book before she's even unpacked her rookie contract. Cooper didn't just praise Clark. She handed out a clinic on humility and leadership. She saw the shift, embraced it, and passed the torch like a real legend, gracefully and without the side-eye. Meanwhile, Sheryl's backstage, whispering sweet nothings to a box score, still hoping one good rebound turns into a dynasty. It's exhausting, but more importantly, it's telling. Here's the truth. Real legends support the next generation. They don't gatekeep the spotlight. They shine it. Real greatness recognizes greatness. And real fans? They know hype from history. And Caitlin Clark? She's not hype. She's the history happening right now. Too bad not everyone's ready to evolve and see it. If you agree with Cynthia Cooper, comment Coop and CC down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.